Producer surplus is the topic for discussion now. Producer surplus is the difference between market price and the price producer is willing to charge. For example, if producer is willing to charge $800 for his product but he gets $1,000 in the market for his product, then the $200 which he obtains over and above his willingness is producer surplus. And we can draw a graph to show producer surplus. Draw supply curve, and price P is the price which producer is willing to charge, but in the market price is set at point E where demand and supply intersect each other. So the market price is P1. So the gap between P and P1 in the form of triangle is producer surplus. So producer surplus is equal to P, P1 and E. So this triangle can be mathematically calculated using its formula, and the formula for triangle is 1/2 into height into base. Well, now we can see how producer surplus changes due to changes in demand. For example, if there is increase in demand, then what will happen to the producer surplus? We can see it with this graph, and price P is the producer's willing price and equilibrium is set at point E where market price is P1. So initially we can see that initially producer surplus is the triangle P, P1 and E. Okay, now let's see how producer surplus will change if there is increase in demand. Increase in demand as a basic principle shifts demand curve to the right. So new demand curve is D1, new equilibrium takes place at E1 and producer gets new price P2 in the market. So the new producer surplus would be the complete triangle P, P2 and E1. So new producer surplus is P, P2 and E1, and we can see that there is increase in producer surplus, and the increase in producer surplus is equal to the shaded area, and this increase in producer surplus is equal to P1, P2, E1 and E, and this area is technically known as trapezium. P1, P2, E1 and E is the area of trapezium, and trapezium is calculated mathematically using formula 1/2 into height into sum of parallel sides. Okay, sometimes examiner gives numerical values. You can use this formula to find the figures. Now if there is decrease in demand, then what will happen to the producer surplus? Initial equilibrium price is P1, and initially producer surplus is P, P1 and E. Now if there is decrease in demand, demand curve will shift to the left to D1 and new equilibrium will take place at E1 when new market price is P2. So new consumer surplus is which has decreased, and new producer surplus is equal to P, P2 and E1. And again the decrease is also in the shape of trapezium, and that trapezium is P1, E, E1 and P2. So decrease can be decrease in producer surplus is equal to the shaded area, and that is P1, P2, E1 and E. So this is again decrease in producer surplus, and area is again in the form of trapezium.